Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you are. Guys, smash the like button, guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you for smashing the like button. Thank you for helping me grow my channel. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all the support that you've shown over the coming months, the last couple of weeks, last couple of months. The channel is definitely growing. Keep helping me grow it. Smash the like button, of course. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Share the videos if you don't. Let your friends and all your family know about it. I'd really appreciate it. Or anyone that's into boxing, really. You know, I don't mind people watching that not into boxing, but they're not going to really enjoy the content. The hardcore boxing fans. This is a channel for the hardcore boxing fans, which a lot of you are. But yeah, guys, I want to get into it. This is fight week. We're into fight week, and this week is going to be special. This week is going to be big. This week is going to be Joshua Usyk. This is a big fight. This is a big fight, and a fight that I am looking forward to. A fight that I'm looking very forward to. I think it's a great matchup. Great matchup. You know, it's a matchup where I think Joshua, although he's a big favorite, I think this is going to be a very tough fight. Very tough fight. Anthony Joshua is looking to put a marker down. Look, Joshua's got the best resume in the heavyweight division. Anthony Joshua is looking to beat Alexander Usyk and become the most accomplished. Listen, if Anthony Joshua beats Alexander Usyk, there's no doubt he has a claim to being the best heavyweight in the world. Now, a lot of people will say the best heavyweight in the world is Tyson Fury. That might be true, but the fact of the matter is he's not as accomplished as Anthony Joshua. He hasn't beaten as many good fighters. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, Joshua fought guys past his prime, but the fact of the point is that Joshua's beaten better men than Tyson Fury. I think there's no doubt. You know, the only guy that Tyson Fury's beat that obviously for me would be a hard fight for Joshua, and a fight that he could possibly lose, is Wilder. And obviously that's a great win. Fury had a great win over Wilder, but apart from that, if you look at Joshua, he's cleaned out everybody else. I think, and he's now going to fight Alexander Usyk. If he beats Alexander Usyk, you know, Joshua would have cleaned out the heavyweight division, apart from, of course, the top two in Wilder and Fury, which I'm pretty sure in due course he will fight. I just think the way Joshua's operated, I think Joshua's cleaned out the heavyweight division. He even lost the fight to Ruiz and avenged his loss. And now he's looking, for me, the hardest fight. This is the hardest fight he's going to have. And this is a fight where, see, a lot of people seem to think that I don't like Joshua. I say it how it is. If Joshua wins this fight, this is a big win. This is a big win. A massive win. Even though people saying Usyk's not a heavyweight, Usyk's this, no. This is a legit fight. This is Joshua's hardest fight in his career so far for me. Because he's going up against somebody that is in their prime, right? There's no excuses. I don't want to hear that, you know, Usyk's too small, Usyk's this, Usyk. No. Usyk's in his prime. So Joshua's fighting somebody in his prime who's very good, who's very slick, very good defensively, and a very skilled boxer. And like I said, this isn't a guy that is out of his prime. This is a guy that's in his prime. That's a former undisputed cruiserweight champion. He's undefeated, right? Yeah, he's not looked as impressive at heavyweight, but it's irrelevant. The fact of the matter is that Saturday night he's stepping up to that next level at heavyweight, and we will find out if he can, of course, become the heavyweight champion, become the unified heavyweight champion. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Usyk. I think a lot of people think Anthony Joshua will knock Alexander Usyk out. But I don't think it's going to be as straightforward. I don't think it's going to be as easy as what people think. I think Joshua's going to have a very hard fight with this guy, because Alexander Usyk is special. He's special. The way his feet movement, his hand speed, his ring generalship, his IQ. As Spencer Fearon said, that if Anthony Joshua was a cruiserweight and he was the same size as Alexander Usyk, I would pick Alexander Usyk to win. Basically, what he's trying to say is that he feels that Alexander Usyk is the better boxer. But because Alexander Usyk is going up, and I think this is what a lot of people seem to think, that because Alexander Usyk is not a heavyweight and Anthony Joshua's a big heavyweight, that's going to be the deciding factor in the fight, not the fact that Usyk is more skilled and he's a very skilled fighter. Right. By the way, Anthony Joshua is a very skilled fighter as well. Anthony Joshua is a gold medalist. Anthony Joshua is a very accomplished fighter. Anthony Joshua has fought all the best guys in the heavyweight division. So this is a guy that's, been in there and he's been tested against some good fighters. Yeah, he might have not fought the best two, in my opinion, which is Fury and Wilder, but he did fight Klitschko. And although Klitschko, again, was at the end of his career, regardless, he's beaten guys like Dillian Whyte, Dominic Breazeale, Andy Ruiz. He's beaten some good guys. So, Anthony Joshua has got a very, very good resume. Like I said, the best resume in depth-wise. Anthony Joshua's got the best resume when it comes to depth. Tyson Fury's got more impressive wins. He's got Wilder and Klitschko. Wilder was the biggest, one of the biggest punchers in heavyweight history. And Vladimir Klitschko also one of the biggest punchers in heavyweight history. And also he was 10 years undefeated when Tyson Fury defeated him. So the Fury wins have been more impressive than Anthony Joshua's wins. Anthony Joshua's got a deep resume. His resume's in depth. However, I feel for Joshua, because if Joshua was to lose to Alexander Usyk, there's going to be a lot of people criticizing him. There's going to be a lot of people trying to put him down. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to say, well, Joshua's overhyped. He's a hype job. Well, that's not the case. It's just that when you fight enough great opposition like Joshua has, you become a little underrated. And Joshua, for me, has fought a lot of good men. Joshua's fought, like, how many top 10 heavyweights has he fought now? He's fought, Dillian Whyte, Andy Ruiz, Joseph Parker. He's fought a lot of good guys, man. He's fought a lot of good guys. And by the way, I'm not saying any of these guys are all-time greats, but they're good, solid fighters in this era. They're good fighters. They're better than what Tyson Fury's fought, depth-wise. Yeah, Tyson Fury's fought two of the best in Klitschko and Wilder, right? And he beat them. But the fact of the matter is, if you look at it past that, there's not much else. What's his third best win? Derek Chisora? And has Derek Chisora been a top 10 heavyweight of recent times? I don't think so. He hasn't got anybody like Pulev. Pulev beat Chisora. He hasn't got an Alexander Usyk on his... He hasn't got anyone like a Ruiz, a Usyk, Dillian Whyte. He hasn't got anyone like... Joshua's got all of those guys on his resume. And I will say this, when Joshua fought Dillian Whyte, that Dillian Whyte isn't as good as what the Dillian Whyte is today. Dillian Whyte today is much better than the Dillian Whyte that fought Anthony Joshua. But nevertheless, it's still a good win. Especially when you think about what Dillian Whyte's gone on to do. It's definitely a good win. Beating Joseph Parker, that was a good win. So Joshua's got some good wins, man. He's got some good wins on his resume, and he's got a lot of... His resume is in depth. Tyson Fury, if he wants to become an all-time great, he needs to not just beat Joshua, but he needs to beat a few other guys as well to make his resume. Because what you got to realize is guys like Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes, Lennox Lewis, these guys had a resume that was in depth. These guys had a resume that wasn't like... It was full of a lot of names. You could pull out so many fights. Like, Lennox Lewis beat Shannon Briggs. He beat Vitaly Klitschko. He beat Mike Tyson. He beat Evander Holyfield. That's just four guys that are all great fighters. All great fighters. And he beat many others as well. Frank Bruno. He's beaten a lot of he's beaten some good men, Lennox has. Hasim Rahman. Lennox Lewis has beaten, so that's why Lennox Lewis is so great, because Lennox Lewis has beaten so many top guys. It's not just one or two fights. David Tua. David Tua was a beast, and Lennox Lewis outclassed him. This is why I'm saying Lennox Lewis's resume is unbelievable. Lennox has got an unbelievable resume. Unbelievable resume. His resume is in depth as well. And these are some really good... Like David Tua, he could wipe the floor with a lot of the heavyweights of today. That power, that speed that he had. David Tua was a beast. So to be honest with you, I think Lennox Lewis is a great fighter. And if Tyson Fury wants to be remembered, or even Anthony Joshua, firstly, if Anthony Joshua wants to be remembered like Lennox Lewis, He needs to beat Tyson Fury and he needs to beat Tyson Fury or Wilder, beat one of them at least. And if Tyson Fury wants to be remembered, he needs to beat Joshua, and then he needs to beat other guys as well, not just 3 names. You need to have 4 or 5 names on his resume, man. 4 or 5 top names on his resume. And then Tyson Fury definitely has a case for being an all-time great. And if Joshua beats Tyson Fury, he has a case. You know, because Joshua's already got a great resume. Joshua is in a much better position, because if Joshua was to beat Tyson Fury, beat Alexander Usyk, then go on to beat Wilder, like that's one of the, you know, you could make a case that he's one of the greatest British fighter ever if he goes into that. Whoever does it, if Fury goes on to beat Joshua, you know, these guys are in a position where they could potentially claim, depending on what they go on to do, if they really go on to beat each, like for example, if Tyson Fury beats Joshua, then he goes on to have another couple of good wins. Tyson Fury could claim to be the greatest British fighter ever. If Joshua beats Tyson Fury, and you know, he could probably claim that as well. So there's a lot to play for. These guys, you know, legacy is up for grabs here. You know, there's a lot up for grabs. So that's why it's very important that Anthony Joshua gets the job done against Usyk. Now, Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk's a very intriguing fight. I think it's a very, very tough fight. It's not an easy fight for Joshua. Joshua's got to be on his game. And a lot of people keep saying that Joshua's going to have to drag Usyk in a war. He's going to have to impose himself. Joshua doesn't really fight like that anymore. Joshua likes to box. He's not really like a Derek Chisora. That's why when people keep making an example of Derek Chisora is a pressure fighter. That's how Derek Chisora fights. Joshua doesn't fight like that. Joshua doesn't fight like Derek Chisora. Joshua likes to stay behind the jab. He likes to set you up. Now, is Usyk going to be too clever? If Joshua boxes at a distance, will Usyk be too skilled? You know, that's a question. That's question marks. You know, can Usyk hurt Joshua? These are a lot of things these are questions that are going to be answered. What do you guys think? This is an interesting fight, intriguing fight, man. I can't wait. I think this is going to be a great fight. I'm really excited for this one. Really excited. What do you guys think? Who do you guys think is going to win this one? Do you think Anthony Joshua is going to knock out Alexander Usyk? Or will Usyk cause the upset? Will Usyk shock the world? Will Usyk shock the British boxing public by beating Anthony Joshua? Or will Anthony Joshua reign supreme and still be the unified heavyweight champion of the world? Or will he be upset by Alexander Usyk? Time will tell, guys. Leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.